Hello, this is Leanna with tipbee.com, and I'm going to show you Tweetbot. It is Tapbot's newest Twitter application, and I absolutely love it. I will just straight out from the beginning say this is my favorite Twitter application ever. Okay, okay, so let's take a look. Right here we've got my timeline, and I have navigation down here at the bottom. And one of my favorite things about Tweetbot is the sounds that it has. I really hope you'll be able to hear them in here because they're, in fact, even though my volume is turned up all the way, kind of quiet, which is good, which is awesome because it's subtle, but it's there. It adds to the experience greatly without being annoying. So what I'm going to do right now is silently navigate around so that you can hopefully hear everything. And then we'll talk about features. Okay. Okay, so I really hope you like how that sounded because I did. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some features now. So as you probably saw, every time I touched a tweet, we have a navigation pop down below it. And from here I can reply, retweet, favorite, view these other options, posting a link, copying, email, translate. And I can also view, oops, sorry, touched the wrong spot. View the tweet in more detail like this. Okay, while we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at Phil's profile page. It looks like this, and I can see his followers, his following. And what's really cool is a lot of apps, they will have like a X number of tweets, and then you tap that and you can see all of their tweets. Well, with this one, down here, now all of these are referring to Phil. So now I have all of Phil Nickinson's tweets right here. I have all of the app mentions to Phil Nickinson on this one. Over here is all of his favorite tweets, and over here are his lists, which he doesn't have any. And if I come back to my actual timeline, this down here changed. So now this is my @replies. These are my messages, which I won't show you. This is a retweet option. So I have up here, these are my tweets retweeted. I can change it to retweets by others, retweeted by you, or your tweets retweeted. If I hold this down, I can instead now look at my favorites, or I can have it set for search. I prefer to have it on tweets, retweets, and this one over here is my lists. And again, I can switch it to one of those. So these last two options are customizable to those 4 different options. Okay, let's see what else we have. Here is the compose screen. And it's just basic compose screen. Up here, if I wanted though, I can switch to a different account really quickly. Here are my other options to add location, view drafts, and upload media. Let's go ahead and close that. And this next stuff I think is really cool. So let's go ahead and look at something that has a conversation. So these are my @replies, so obviously they're part of somewhat of a conversation. If I swipe this tweet to the right, it loads the conversation. If I swipe to the left, it loads related tweets. Oftentimes this is the conversation, but with a conversation, you reply to a very specific tweet. But this, for instance, shows I had replied to a tweet twice, for example. So it shows all of those tweets related to that one. And it may also show other people's replies as well. If I am reading one that doesn't have a conversation and I swipe, it does that. And then if there is no related tweets, there is none. And again, to show you, like that. I wanted you to hear the sound. Okay. That is most of what we've got here. Tweetbot does not have native push, so you have to use Boxcar if you want push notifications. That to me is my biggest complaint. But the UI and the experience of using the app completely makes up for it. There's also no inline photo previews, which is something that's common with other apps as well. However, I will throw out there that Instagram you can view in the tweet. Let's see if we can find something that actually does have a photo so we can see what that looks like when we open a photo. That's YouTube. Normally there's like every other tweet is a photo, and now that I want one, there isn't one. Well, we can still, let's go ahead and let's look at Jeremy's profile. I can tap his picture, Jeremy's profile, and now let's look at his profile picture. There we go. And if you are interested, let's look real quick at the settings. We have the sounds. If you hate them, which I would be very surprised, you can turn them off or switch them to notifications only. You can change your font size. You can change if you display username or the real name. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. And triple tap. You can be reply, retweet, favorite, or translate. Let's go see what that actually means. Let's go back to my timeline. Can't believe I almost forgot this. Let's double tap this application. This tweet. Double tapping brings the tweet view. So instead of, it does the exact same thing as tapping once and then the eyeball. But instead, I can double tap. Well, it has to be closed. Double tap. Okay. Now, if I want to reply to Jeremy, I triple tap. And I can reply or reply to all, because in that particular tweet, he had mentioned Renee. So I can reply to all, and we're good to go. And then we saw the other options you could choose instead for a triple tap. So there we go. This has been Tweetbot on the iPhone, and I am Leanna with tipbee.com. Thanks.